Happening right now, the Orange County School District is having a workforce meeting to discuss what summer school and reopening the classroom might look like. The CDC just released new guidelines for reopening schools across the country. News 6 investigator Adriana Iwashinsky joins us now live with what some parents and administrators are saying about these new recommendations. Adriana?
Both parents and administrators are trying to figure out how these recommended social distancing and health guidelines could even work in the classroom. That's because the CDC is recommending things like students and staff wearing masks throughout the school day and putting social distancing measures in place in the classroom, in the hallways, and even school buses.
I definitely think some of them are feasible, and it definitely gives us a lot of good information.
We talked to David Bossardette, the risk manager for Flagler County Public Schools, who says while some of the CDC school recommendations are doable, some, like social distancing on a school bus, will pose a challenge.
What we're looking at is what are ways we can still meet some of these social distancing requirements and other things we can do on our buses to help keep our children and our bus drivers safe.
Some big takeaways from the recent CDC recommendations for schools include masks for everyone over the age of 2, daily temperature checks for students and staff, not sharing items or supplies, and installing sneeze guards and partitions wherever you can't space 6 feet apart. Also being recommended, one-way routes and hallways, taping sidewalks and walls to ensure kids stay 6 feet apart, and having no field trips, no assemblies, and no extracurricular activities.
I think they're ridiculous.
Brenda Ripley is a Seminole County parent who has 2 daughters in school. She says she doesn't understand how schools could enforce social distancing in hallways, classrooms, and school buses.
It's not going to physically work. This is a ridiculous standard. And to say that this is our new normal, this is not normal.
But Bossardette says they have to consider all options before schools can reopen fully, or if they choose to pick a hybrid model instead.
I would like to see our students, on our campuses, but I also understand it's our responsibility to make sure our families and our students and our staff feel safe returning to our campuses.
Now, on its website, the CDC says these are only recommendations they are doling out and that school districts will get to choose which ones work best for them. So coming up tonight at 6, we will hear what the superintendent of Orange County Public Schools has to say about the challenges they're looking at when trying to figure out what next year's school year will look like. She had a comment during today's Orange County Task Force meeting. We'll bring it to you at 6. Reporting live, Adriana Iwashinsky, Getting Results, News 6.